Welcome, everyone, to Beaver Stadium, nestled in Bucolic State College and home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, and one of the loudest, most passionate crowds you'll find anywhere in college football. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Penn State's offense will start this game off. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. Starting to feel a little pressure. Going to try to get it himself. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So Ohio State's offense will go to work for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Gonna run it. It's Abraham. He just refused to go down, kept finding space and picked up 7. It'll be 4th and 1. They'll try it on the ground. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. The lone back's got it.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
It's complete on the right side. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The noise level is relentless here on second down. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Pullman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Leaves it with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
On second down, just keeps firing. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
He's right on target. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. The inside handoff. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he grabs it at the 15. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Notre Dame is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Rockne and Leahy, this has not been a blowout in South Bend today. They're up by 7 over Syracuse. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Caught at the 25. Flying down the right side. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry.
Deep down the right side. What great concentration to stay in bounds and make the catch. The Nittany Lions racing to the line in the hurry-up.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room. Now on first down from the 30. Might as well give it to him again. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the first quarter. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He's back to throw on second down. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to him. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They've got the screen set up. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On second down, looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, third and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield, man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
So now on comes the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. And that is no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. And the Nittany Lions line up to punt it away. On the return, it's Gore. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. The offense set for a first down play. The snap sets up the throw. Safe completion on the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Abraham. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight-type throw. But a nice job being poised and making a good decision, checking it down to the running back here to help your offense out.
Complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Powers through the defender.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
On to attempt the try. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Arkansas is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Darren McFadden out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 4 over South Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Fires one high and deep. It's caught, and what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. He makes the connection. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They're working that left side. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
He's looking to throw it. A shot toward the end zone. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
It's good. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime.
The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Line gets set, first down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
Excellent field position here for the offense. They'll give it to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. Out of the shotgun on third down. Got his man down the middle. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
So nice when you're an offense and you're getting these third and shorts, and you know the defense has to be aggressive, has to commit guys up front, especially in the red zone area. Nice job by this offense, slipping in the pass, getting rid of the football, setting up a first and goal.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line. Fine.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
This time, he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion, but was denied. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. He's going to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
They'll try to run for it. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
They'll give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
He wants to throw here on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Abraham. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type player. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
Going for it all. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And that's what I love about empty sets and formations on offense, is that when you spread the defense out, you create bigger lanes to throw into. You saw it right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down. Now the play fake. A strike downfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket, threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
Back to the ground game on the left. At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. He wants to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He leaves it with his back. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it in the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Top 15 teams colliding today with major ramifications across the college football landscape. Ole Miss needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Oxford behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to North Carolina. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Let's see what they've got on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. This might depend on the spot, but I think he's going to come up just inches short of converting that third down. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. They'll run the sneak for it.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Now on second down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Running back searching for a hole. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. The Buckeyes get the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Comes out throwing on first down. He's got an open man. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Nittany Lions come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for an open man on second down. He's got his man. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. And they're not on the same page there.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. He hurls one deep down the left side. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the shotgun, they'll run it. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on first down. Got his man. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They keep attacking through the air. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man. Hard-hitting tackle. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. He'll set up to throw. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. How about this crowd rattling the rafters and trying to help their defense? And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And the offense suddenly, with an opportunity it couldn't have expected, with a 1st and goal after the pick. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone, picked off. Touchdown, Ohio State. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
Man, the offense rolls the dice. They want 6. They choose not to kick a field goal. They choose to be aggressive, and man, do they make a big mistake. Throw the football, intercepted. Not only that, he takes it all the way back to the house. What a momentum swing in this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
It's complete to the right. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Unleashes one deep. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media. It's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.